This is the most predictable crisis in American history. So inflation is coming as a result of this. Higher home, higher auto loans,
higher credit cards,
everything goes up.
Big tech companies cut the hiring of new grads by 50%. Jobs that go to recent college grads are changing or being eliminated altogether, and that is all thanks to artificial intelligence.
Well, what I just read absolutely terrifies me, and they're talking bankruptcy. I haven't even got a chance to vote for it yet. This article says, quote, "We have already defaulted." And then something about inflation. I don't know, because I'm cutting off. It's either in or on. And let me just give it a little tap there. On inflation, deficits, broken markets, and the fiscal illusion. And then the article goes on to say, what the F are we doing? Well, let me just explain it really quick. The same thing we've done since you and I were born. It's all a lie. This time the lie was almost as big as, hey kids, no new taxes. Oh, just kidding. Now it's called Doge. You know, look at all of this that we've uncovered. And we're gonna, okay, moving on. Because we have a lot of people that we need to prosecute. Okay, moving on from there. You know what? Maybe you guys know more than me. So please, in the comments section, if you're Grok. Because lately, me asking Grok feels like this post. Grok is woke and full of shiitake mushrooms. What? I don't know that. A fire truck is happening to X. This question was actually posed where I live. Did 24 young girls die because of Trump? And the answer is yes. Because I guess he cut funding for something has nothing to do with the seeding of clouds. If you're like, oh, that's conspiracy theory. This is real. Chemtrails, cloud seeding. Not 9 U.S. states are using cloud seeding to modify the weather right now. You have CEOs going out and they're like, yo, I want more money. Oh, so if for some reason your town fills up with water really quick, like Texas, California, Utah, now you know why. I mean, it's kind of unnatural to get 15 feet of water within 2 minutes. Now, when Grok did say the images are legit, but we got the world flooding. We got the world flooding in debt. We have a new political party, but everything's okay. I mean, what does a little bankruptcy? 7 years, right? Just clean the slate. Well, just in case you wanted to see who runs these clouds, you know, you're like, wait, what is this? My name is Augustus. I am the CEO and this kid right here. He's the one who's doing it. I don't know if he wants more money or what. I just kind of stopped it there. I'm like, hey, can we just all kind of stop? Because I think the more we stop trying to be God, the better. But now back to we're all going to die. We're going to default. The debt went from 20 trillion to 40 trillion in like 5 minutes. But what you guys are going to want to look for is when you see articles that say something like, U.S. bondholders abruptly sell. You're like, wait, you have the article? Yes. When you see this, this means we're in a Hades of a lot of trouble with a lot of commas, okay? There's a 10 with a lot of commas, whether it's it's not trillion. That's what Scott is going to be printing in about 5 minutes. In treasuries and corporate debt, they are dumping amid fears of U.S. fiscal fallout, also known as default. Hence the reason why I'm like, yo, Donald J. Trump, will you do us a big favor here? Will you stop all this fraud and cut the spending? And he said, you got it, boss. Now everyone's like, we need a new party, which that's probably not a good idea. I'm just thinking, can we have a party? Again, I don't care what kind of party. Just don't spend so much money on it. If you ever want to know when the debt, where it's like we are all going to die, you want to save this little ticker symbol right up there, TLT. Okay, and then follow this. Do you see it goes purple and then it sells off and then it comes up here and a 9 count and it sells off and then we have a 9 count and see the little plus right there and then it sells off and guess what? A 9 count and then it sells off and we come up here and it sells off. And also what I need you to see, this is actually a good thing. This is a white trend line above my head. You want to stay above that. If you want to know why we dropped right there, here, I'll show you. This is called a rising wedge. It seems bullish, but it's actually bearish. And if you break that line and retest it, you hit exactly my price target. So I would say this is probably it for TLT. Let's get a swing trade above, also price target. Right, that wick right there. You see? It predicted, just like this did, that did, that did, that did, that did, this did. And if for some reason you want to learn how to predict markets going up and down almost to the inch. Click the description and grab this little guy. 2 hours and 34. I need to raise prices. Currently $2.99, and you get my bear market course, so maybe I'll just remove the bear market course. But I teach you everything, step by step, everything that you see. And I could use it on everything, well, except for like chemtrails. Crazy, but I bet you if you show kids like, okay, what are those white things? They're like, I have no idea. I've never seen that before, you old man. What are those? Oh, those are clouds. And it's interesting how people nowadays don't know anything. I mean, ask your kids, what is that? They'd probably say, okay, Dad, that's a loaded question. Okay, the things that he's sleeping on, money. And if you've subscribed to this channel, you know that's not money. Believe it or not, I couldn't even show it to you because it doesn't exist. How do you show debt? And Matthew McConaughey probably was the closest. Fugazi. This. Actually, 2 important things that I think you should teach your kids. Ready? Besides the whole getting married thing. But they probably won't listen to you anyways. 2 things. How much money is the government stealing? Everyone should know this question. You get a paycheck, how much do they steal? That's number 1. If you don't know that, there's a problem, Stan. Number 2, where does money come from? Number 3, how do you make money? And if you answer that, I go get a job, you've already failed. Just like that. I mean, some people are trying to fix this problem. I just don't know if this is a solution based on this 2-party system. Elon Musk says he has formed, here it is, kids, a new U.S. political party, the American Party. And I love it. I'll give it to you. Now we have Democrats and we have Republicans. Who do you think's going to go, okay, to the this new American Party? Do you think it's going to be Democrats that flip me off when I'm driving in a Cybertruck? I'm going to go not. I'm going to say you're going to get a fourth of the Republicans going to this party, and voila, just like that, there goes the next 20 years. Which, as this goes on to say, Musk says the party, which he calls the American Party, I like it because I like parties, would focus on just 2 or 3 Senate seats and 8 to 10 House districts. And since Musk is the richest man, so his involvement in any close political races could prove to be decisive. Along with the black eye he got. Also, because I think it's important that I'm transparent on this channel, and this is so new, and I already have to go like, okay, this is what I think. And again, I am dying to hear, because I really respect you guys, and I read your comments, and I'm like, hey, that's a really good idea. Oh, also, it looks like we got Green resigns, leaving Speaker John. Sorry, a little politics here, with an even narrower, but we already passed the big beautiful bill, whatever, as couple now spends $5,000. We already covered that. Everyone is broke. Going into this depression, we're getting even broker. Oh, and just in case, how bad is it? These 2 young ladies are laughing at you. That's if you're a human trying to get a job.
Grads, they rely on entry-level jobs for their careers, but AI could be changing what that looks like for them right now. Late last month, data-driven venture capital firm Signal Fire released a report showing that big tech companies cut the hiring of new grads by 50%. Just how bad is it for entry-level workers? Right, Marky. Well, a lot of the jobs that go to recent college grads are changing or being eliminated altogether, and that is all thanks to artificial intelligence.
Also, let me just pause the video right there. The AI is not just affecting half of all college jobs. AI and robotics is going to affect almost everyone, except for you that start your side hustle that you think, you're like, okay, will window washers be maybe? I mean, that's why I am pivoting so hard into AI, because you saw how I trade. Okay, then I want you to learn how I trade. And then my new software trades my strategies. I don't have to trade anymore. Also, again, link in the description. The president of Chart Prime said this week I get to let some of you guys in, which I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. But know that AI, if AI can see it on your screen, it can take it. And the amount of things that I'm currently using AI on, which I'm like, hey, let me open up my video camera. Let's walk around my kitchen. Can you make me a dish? It's like I show my screen. I'm like, well, what's this? As I'm trading. Well, oh, that's a falling wedge. Oh, that's a rising wedge. How do you know that? And then over here, I'll pan over here. Oh, that's a vegetable salad. You like me to DoorDash? We're almost there. Almost got yourself a healthy salad there, bravo. But you guys, when Jerome Powell says that, everyone's saying it. Who isn't saying it? This is something you should be worried about. Hence why I have solutions. It's like I have so many of my friends that figured it out. And these are like close friends. I see them. They trade every single day now. Well, I make an extra $6,000 a month. That covers my job. I don't have to have job. Consistent. It's repeatable. And for those of you like, did you say 6,000? Well, you have to start with a certain amount. And if you're not there, you got to get there. Because I have investments that are paying over $1,000 every single day. But you need a certain amount of money. Don't think that it's like a lottery ticket. That's what people do. They're like, if I own one share of Microsoft or if I own Bitcoin, it's like a lottery ticket. It's like forever, which it should always go up because you're benchmarking it against the dollar, which will always go down. My point, make sure you guys sit junior down. Is this job going to be around in 5 minutes? Especially if you've enabled the situation where you've paid, let's just say figuratively, you paid for the degree. Even though it's there, is it, whose degree is it? I used to always tell my kids that. I'm like, you want that degree? You go get it. You like that student loan debt? I had mine. You try it out.
The unemployment rate for new college grads has recently surged, and some economists say businesses are now replacing entry-level jobs with artificial intelligence.
22-year-old Michael Macaluso just earned his degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Connecticut.
You all good?
But this summer, he's back helping manage his hometown pool. He hasn't found a job in his field despite applying for nearly 200 positions.
Did you have any expectations about what the job market would be like when you graduated?
I was told by a lot of people that I was going to get a job right out of college, and then all of a sudden, there's no jobs.
New research finds now, for the first time ever, the unemployment rate among recent college graduates has exceeded the national unemployment rate, ballooning to 6.6% over the past 12 months.
So, by the way, the 6.6, come on, you're lying. I do know, and you do know. All these people are applying for everything. They're like, well, we got McDonald's. Hey, mom and dad, I was the high school teacher that told the kids, you're going to get out and you're going to struggle. I'm telling you, I don't care. I know your mom, your dad got the degree and they were offered a position. It's not going to happen. And they're like, shut up, Mr. Bravo. You have no idea. You're old. But I have two solutions. Solution number one, you are applying for a job. I would highly recommend, I know maybe that was really cool in the chick's dorm. But hey, Francois, if you walk in to my job as a whatever engineer wearing a nose ring, I'm probably not going to hire you. But I'm not going to say it's because of your nose ring. It's actually because you feathered your hair, and we lost that in the 80s. I really don't have anything to stand on now, but neither does the labor market. As labor market demographics are rapidly shifting. Actually, this one surprised me. The foreign-born labor force in the U.S. has shrunk. How is that shrinking? I mean, we're adding so many H-1B visas. Oh, and those great numbers that they posted a week ago. I lose track because they're just going to revise it down anyways. What I looked at was more than half was government. Come on. That's like a parasite. Not saying that you're a parasite if you work for the government, parasite, but it just eats itself. Government workers don't generate anything except for headaches. Oh, and I did offer a solution for your kid, trade equities and wash windows. So when you give them the bad news about, oh, sorry, Junior, you got to trade equities and wash windows. That's just what Bravo said. Remember, did you teach them where money comes from? Okay. Click subscribe. I'm not going to go into it, but it's just debt. Doesn't exist. 98% of all money doesn't exist. It's debt. Long story to make a long story short. We're all going to die. I hope no one ever figures it out. And then number two, teach them about taxes and theft, which I said at the beginning. How much does the government steal from me? I'll tell you, 38%. How much does the state steal? 0, because I move. How much if I want to buy a house? A lot. But it doesn't stop there. Oh, and since I have you on the line, look at this. When you earn $1, your employer, okay, pays payroll tax. All of these taxes, we were so upset. We built boats, jumped on boats from England, went over here and said no more. No taxation without representation. We went nuts when what they wanted 3%. T? How about 100% now? You are then taxed before it hits your bank account. This is income tax. That's 38%. What else? When you spend that dollar, that you're taxed again. You want to buy something. You want to buy a car. Oh, we got sales tax. Well, anything else? You decide to invest that dollar. That's capital gains tax. And if you want the cheapest way around not paying so much in taxes on your trades, you need to learn how to trade futures. Not options, futures. That was my last course, but I'm not going to go into it. Even when you save that dollar in your bank account or your piggy bank, it is continually devalued. That is because you have things like the big beautiful bill, or when Scott over there at the Treasury is like, how are we going to pay for all of this? Let's create bonds. And then all of a sudden the dollar goes down, and all of a sudden the value of that dollar goes down, and all of a sudden all that money that you make every single day goes down because they teach you to save your money, college degree, go into debt, and everything will be fine. The truth is, Junior, it's not going to be. And you are witnessing that every single day. Hence, I provide solutions. The longer you stop listening to solutions said provided, is the more worse off you're going to be. And if you're like, but I don't have time, that's why I have software that does it for you. Every dollar you make as an employee, you have to move it. You cannot leave it in the dollar. It will go away. Learn how to trade. I don't care what it is. Bitcoin, gold, silver, the UUP, Microsoft. It goes up, it goes purple, it's 9, you take profit. It goes down. Everyone, when you're taking profit, will say you're stupid because it's up. Stock market is like this emotional thing where everyone's like, oh, look, it's up. Why would you want to sell when it's up? Well, because that's when you cash in. Like the government is currently doing with you. See, they're cashing in. It's all in. Hence, going back to the very beginning of the video, enjoy the default. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow.